Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ryan, and today I'm going to be doing a super fast video to kind of throw my opinion on whether or not Ableton Live 10 is worth the upgrade price. I know a ton of people are talking about it right now. I figured I'd throw my opinion um, out there, I guess. So, my opinion is both yes and no. It kind of matters where you are in music making. So, for me personally, absolutely yes. I use Ableton as part of my job, and I'm also a massive nerd for uh, like new stuff and new music software and updates and upgrades and all that stuff. So the small like workflow improvements that they added for me personally in my day to day saved me a ton of time. So like for that alone, it was worth the upgrade. But if you're not so much a nerd and you don't use Ableton every day, and especially if you use a ton of third-party plugins, then I would say it's almost not worth it. If you are a massive nerd for it, there's a ton of new stuff to like check out, and for that alone, I feel like it was. But if you're not into that as much and you just like your stuff to work and be familiar, and like I said, especially if you use a ton of third-party plugins, then I don't think it would necessarily be worth it, because one of the biggest draws to it, or one of the biggest pluses to the upgrade, was Wavetable as a synth. And if you have Serum, you basically have a Wavetable. It's obviously a little different, but it's close enough that you're not really missing out on anything. And especially if you have third-party distortions and delays and stuff like that, then Pedal and Echo don't really have much appeal to you. I would say maybe hold off for a sale or something like that, because the workflow improvements are crazy good for me personally, at least. So that's definitely something to be interested in. But if it's like, if you're really on the fence, that's kind of how I would advise you on how to go about it. So yeah, yes and no is kind of the answer to the question. If you're a nerd, definitely yes. If you're on a budget or just don't like change, I want to worry about it. And I'm also going to share 3 of my favorite new features just to try to spread some information around about some smaller things that maybe you don't know about. The first thing is not so small, but it's groups within groups. Best thing ever. So now you can just, like, if you have a group and you have other stuff like outside of the group, you can just select the group and the other stuff and hit G, and now you get like groups inside of groups. And it's the best thing ever when you're making like a rock track and you can separate your guitars into lead and rhythm groups and also have like your master guitar groups. Best thing ever. The next thing is super small and pretty like insignificant really, but if you're super organized like I try to be, it's super helpful. So if you can change the color of your group, and then if you right click, you can hit assign track color to group tracks and clips, and now everything in that group is the same color, including your audio and your MIDI clips, which is super nice for organization's sake when your projects get pretty big. Like I usually have about 30 guitar tracks and a full song, so it gets a little insane. Excuse me. And then the next thing is a workflow thing with audio in here. Now all of the fades are there by default. You don't have to press like Control Alt F on a channel to open up your fades. They're just there, and that's super helpful with manipulating audio, especially in like experimental electronic genres where you do a lot of like the choppy, like tight sounds like that. Super helpful. And also if you select an audio clip and you hit R, it reverses it. So that's way faster than like coming down here and clicking reverse. It does the same exact thing, but it's a little more it saves a little bit of time, and if you do it a lot, it definitely will save time as you go in a project. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on is it worth it, and 3 new things that I'm really enjoying about it. If you have any questions about anything, if you want more clarification on whatever I said, let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.